You may be noticing that it seems really empty behind me. I haven't found a calendar yet, but I'm still on the hunt. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and happy new year. It's crazy, a lot happened in 2017. Highs and lows, ups and downs, a lot of things. But we're gonna talk about beauty products. 2017, a lot of trends, a lot of new makeup, a lot came out, just a lot. I'm not gonna lie, this video was pretty difficult for me to make because number one, it's very hard for me to single out products because I like a lot of products, but to single one out and say this is my favorite stresses me out. So yeah, number two, 365 days. I've tried a lot of makeup, whether I've talked about it on camera or not. Every day I'm pretty much testing something new. So that was really hard to do. So the way I figured to do this was my most used products, even if I've used it in 2016, 2015, whatever it might be, or I've talked about it before, this is my most used products of 2017 and a lot of new released products that I've really enjoyed in 2017 as well. There's a lot of products. I'm already out of breath and yeah, I think we should just get into it. I'm gonna go through all of these products as quick as I possibly can because I don't want this to be an hour long. So 2017 beauty favorites, let's go. One more thing before I get into the video. I know everybody's like, get to the favorites. We wanna know your favorites. I know, but I quickly wanna mention there's a lot of things I like. And if I don't mention something that I've talked about in previous videos about me loving or obsessing over, do not be alarmed. It's not that I don't like it anymore, and it's not that I was lying back then. It's just I have a lot of favorites, and it basically just came down to my most reached for things, because if I really sat here and told you guys all my favorite products in 2017, we'd be here for like days. So just going through the primers, I had like 8 primers I really liked, and I was like, okay, I cannot sit here and just talk about 8 primers, and that's just primers. So I kind of had to narrow it down to my most used. It was really hard for me, but yeah, just wanted to kind of throw that out there really quick. Yeah, this is, like I said, this is really tough for me to do. With all that said, I think we're finally ready to get into the video. I have my list ready to go, and yes, I made a list. I don't make lists very often, so you know that this is important. I'm gonna start off with skin prep and primers first. This first product is, this is already like my second bottle. I really love this stuff. You guys have heard me talk about this countless times. It's the Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. I just love this. I use it pretty much every time I start my makeup. This is always something I reach for, and I will continue to use forever and ever because I love it. This is already like my second or third bottle. It's just amazing, and I highly recommend this. First primer I'm going to talk about is the Stila One Step Correct Skin Tone Correcting and Brightening Serum. I love this stuff so much. It has a lot of different colors inside, and what it does, it just kind of preps the skin, makes it super smooth and soft, but it also takes away a lot of redness and imperfections in my skin because of the different colors. It just corrects that, so it makes my skin look a little bit better before I put my makeup on. I can use like less foundation and less concealer because this kind of already made a lot of redness go away. I feel like I'm getting repetitive, but anyways, it's amazing and I freaking love this thing so much. This next standout primer is the Korres Wild Rose Smoothie Brightening Priming Moisturizer. I love this thing so much. I bought it on a whim not too long ago, but I've been using it like pretty much every single day. I try not to use it every day because I don't want to run out. It wasn't cheap, but I'm actually contemplating getting a new one because I'm pretty much almost done with it, and it's amazing. It makes your skin feel baby butt soft. It's a beautiful prep for your skin. It makes my skin feel and look amazing. I just really like it a lot, so yeah. Foundations. One of my favorite things to really test out, try out, buy. I love foundations so much. So kind of picking a few throughout 2017 that I loved was difficult, but also not difficult because I immediately knew what it was. First foundation is the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra 24-Hour Makeup. I use this pretty much for a good chunk of 2017. Beautiful foundation, flawless, great coverage. It stays on all day. It's very long wearing. It's perfect event makeup. If you just want a foundation that you trust to look great throughout the whole night, this is amazing and I love it. I actually haven't used this for a while because I've been using other stuff, but I know that this is one of my 2017 favorites. Next one is the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. It took me quite a while to finally get on the train and try this out, but I'm really glad I did because it's a beautiful foundation. It looks very natural on the skin. It's very skin-like, but it has really nice coverage and it looks beautiful, and to me it is pretty long wearing. I have no issues with it and I love this so much. Next two foundations are probably my current holy grail foundations. I love them so much. I go in between these two foundations the most. The first one is the L'Oreal Pro Glow Foundation, and I wear the shade 202, which is almost a good match. I was using 201 and 203, mixing those two. I don't know why I didn't just go get 202, but I'm really glad I did because this color is amazing. It has kind of like an olivey tone to it, which is good, and it doesn't turn like orange or pink on me. This foundation is amazing. It makes my skin look beautiful. It lasts all day long. It's beautiful. It's very natural. It's very skin-like. It's not super oily. It doesn't cling onto any dry spots. Like, I don't even know what else to say about it. It's just a freaking amazing foundation, and I'm obsessed with it. I have like 5 backup bottles ready to go because I don't think I'd ever stop using this. Lastly, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. This stuff is my new obsession. I can't get enough of it. I haven't been able to put this thing down. Between this and my L'Oreal Pro Glow, I have been using this more lately because it's kind of like a new favorite. Pro Glow I've been using for a really long time, but I'm obsessed with this stuff. It's amazing. I'm wearing it right now. It just makes my skin look flawless, beautiful, amazing. I feel amazing when I wear it. The color is a bomb. I wear the shade 3 Fair, and I think it works perfectly. I'm just really happy. Like, this is something I will constantly repurchase if I run out, and I think I am running out, which is pretty rare for me to finish foundations because I have so many. So that tells you something. Conceal, don't feel. Okay, we're doing concealer, if you can tell already, but I will stop singing. I'm pretty sure everybody's 2017 concealer was probably Tarte Shape Tape. I'm not gonna lie, I used this for a majority and a humongous chunk of 2017, so I couldn't not talk about it because it was a concealer that I loved and enjoyed a lot. So Tarte Shape Tape is a great one, but I haven't used it in a really long time because I have been using these other concealers a lot more. Yeah. Firstly, we have the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is like not a new thing. I've been loving this for a really long time. But honestly, this is the kind of concealer that I will repurchase over and over and over and over and over and over again, which I have. This is like 3rd or 4th bottle. I don't even know. It's amazing. It just like does everything I want it to. It's not super thick where it looks cakey and creasy, but it covers what I need to. If I have blemishes, beautiful. Underneath the eyes, beautiful. I just really love it. The consistency, amazing. So yeah, I will always buy this because I love it so much. And lastly, the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. Surprise, surprise. I just love this thing so much. As you can tell, I've used the heck out of this. I go in between 3 different shades. I just think it's amazing. It looks beautiful on my skin. I love what it does. It's not super heavy and thick. I don't know. I really like it a lot. I have a whole video reviewing these and I liked it then and I like it now, and I pretty much use it every single day. If I'm not using my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer because that's like a little bit more pricey, a little bit more bougie, I will probably always use my Colourpop concealer. Again, something I would 100% repurchase again. This next product is pretty random, but I had to mention it because I have used the heck out of this thing. It's amazing. I pretty much use this every single day to contour my nose. It's the Hard Candy Highlight and Contour Face Duo Stick in the shade Light. You have a cream highlight and a cream contour. I don't really use the highlight. I use this mostly for the contour, and I use it to contour my nose pretty much every single day. I use this for months and months and I love it so much. I thought I would mention it really quickly because this is definitely something I think I would probably repurchase again once I run out. So yeah. I want to talk about face powders. As you can tell from my little mountain that I have quite a few favorites here. My favorite pressed powder has definitely been the Pop Beauty Velvet Powder Base. This is the shade 2. I also use the shade 1. You can tell it's well loved. I just think it's amazing. It does have some coverage to it, so if I want to add coverage to a foundation or make it look more flawless and smooth, I will definitely go in with this. It's amazing. I don't know. I just really like this powder a lot. It's really nice for cutting your contour as well with like a beauty blender. I just really like it a lot. So this has been well loved, well used, and I would definitely repurchase this again. So for loose setting powders, there are 4 that really just stood out to me. First one is from Coverfx. This is the Perfect Setting Powder. I pretty much use this the majority of 2017. Like, this was like my go-to powder. It's just freaking amazing. I love it, and I definitely have repurchased this. I have a backup ready to go because I am running very, very low on it. Next one is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I use the shade 05 and 10. I love these so much. It does come in different shades, so it does have a color to it, but it's pretty like sheer. It's not like heavy. Oh my god, like this is amazing. Best drugstore setting powder ever. I was blown away with it. I use the heck out of these as well. Definitely will repurchase these again. I feel like I'm getting repetitive with saying repurchase, but I just want you guys to know how much I love them that I would like buy it again. And the last two powders are kind of like recent favorites, but I've been loving and obsessed with them. This is the Too Faced Ethereal Born This Way powder. Love it. It makes your skin look really smooth and beautiful. None of these powders like cling on to dry spots or make me look dry and cakey, which is amazing. That's why I like them. And lastly, the MAC and Patrick Starrr setting powder. This definitely has been my go-to at the end of the year, like my December favorite, because it's such an amazing powder. I cannot stop reaching for this every single day. So yeah, those are my powders. I'm so proud. Now let's talk about some bronzer slash contour products I've been really liking. And honestly, I think this goes without saying that the Hoola bronzer by Benefit is probably my most used, most loved. I've like repurchased this like 100 times. This will always be a favorite product. I have to mention it. It's nothing new, but it's just amazing, and I just love this thing so much. If I'm not using my Hoola bronzer, I'm probably using my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Matte Bronzer. This is another go-to most used bronzer. I just love it so much. The color is beautiful. It goes with my skin tone really nicely, and I always reach for this. Next up, we have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. Oh, that was really creative. This is a really good bronzer as well. I love the color so much. It goes with my skin tone really well. I'm wearing it right now, and it's just so pretty and really soft. The only thing I can say is like, yes, it smells good. Is it a little too fragrant for my liking? Yes. I don't like too much smell. Like when I'm putting it on, it's like in the air. Like I don't want to be like choked with scent. But it's an amazing bronzer, and I would definitely repurchase this again. The last two bronzers are kind of like runner-ups. If I didn't have my Hoola or my Tarte or my Physicians Formula, these are the two that I would reach for. The first one is the Colourpop Pressed Bronzer. I love this so much. I love the color. I think it's perfect for me. It's beautiful. The pigmentation is right. Only thing is, I don't really know exactly what color it is. I will definitely put it on the screen somewhere. I have to pop it out to check the back, but I think it's California Dreaming. I think, if I'm not mistaken. And lastly, we have the Elcie Bronzer in the shade Light. I love this powder as well. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've used the heck out of this as well. It's just a really nice color. Pigmentation is amazing. It's beautiful. I don't know, I just really like it. Bronzers for me is like, once I find one I really like, I just hold on to those forever and ever because I just really like them a lot. So these are just like my little family of bronzers that I will probably like always use. Oh, you made me blush. Stop it. Why am I so cringy, you ask? I have no idea. But just like bronzers, blushes are something I hold very near and dear to me. Once I find a few shades that I really like, I hold on to those and I use them forever and ever. So these are some of the blushes that I have gravitated the most in 2017, and I probably still will continuously throughout 2018. First one is from Benefit Cosmetics. This is the Rockateur blush. I just really like blushes that are kind of like a dusty rose, like mauve-y, very neutral color, not too peach, not too pink. I just really like natural blush colors. So this one is beautiful. It smells freaking amazing. Benefit blushes are just, oh, I need that in a perfume. Next one is from Tarte Cosmetics. This is the blush in Exposed. I freaking love this blush so much. As you can tell, again, it's just a really beautiful, neutral, dusty rose color, and I love it. And I also love matte blushes a lot. I don't really go for anything shimmery or sparkly, so this right here is like one of my top favorites. And lastly, for blushes, Physicians Formula Butter Blush. That's like a tongue twister. Physicians Formula Butter Blush. Okay, so these in particular are kind of like my go-to colors. I really like them a lot. If you haven't tried these and you like the butter bronzer, you will love these. They are very creamy. They go on beautifully. They blend out nicely. I just really like these a lot. And this one is called Plum Rose. It's a very interesting shade. I definitely don't have a blush like this. It almost looks like nothing. It looks like a face powder or something. It's a very cool tone, light, matte, neutral blush. I don't even know if you can tell, but it almost looks gray. But when you put it on your cheeks, it gives you like this really natural color. So if you don't like blush, I would try this because I don't know, it looks really cool on the skin. It's not like out there, but it adds some color to your cheeks, like if you need it. I don't know how to explain it, but this is beautiful. Plum Rose. And then we have Vintage Rouge. This is also a beautiful color. This is kind of more on the pinkier side, like a peachy pink, but it's also matte and it's kind of like a really nice peachy rose color. I really like this a lot too. This one I use a lot. I don't know why I'm swatching this. I don't think you guys are going to be able to tell, but that's it right there. It's just a really cute color, and yeah, those were blushes. This particular category was very difficult for me. It's like asking someone which of their children is their favorite. You just can't do that. So putting together my favorite highlighters of 2017 was the toughest decision I've ever made this week. Okay, in all seriousness though, you guys, this was really hard to do because I have a buttload of highlighters, and I pretty much like to go through a different one every day just so I get to use a variety. I like to use combinations, mix and match, you know what I'm saying? But these highlighters I've picked out are probably like my most used of 2017. Kind of. These are just some highlighters I really like. Oh my god, I'm getting so stressed out right now thinking of like a drawer full of highlighters that I'm not mentioning. Take this with a grain of salt, okay? I have a lot of favorite highlighters. This is just some of them. Okay? Just had to do that preface. First up, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. I still struggle with that. This is a beautiful palette of highlighters. I use this for a good portion of 2017. I love mix and matching different shades. I generally go towards these three right here, little L shape right there. Those are kind of like my favorite colors in the palette. Highlighters are blinding. They are quite intense. Definitely give your cheeks like that wet look. It's a beautiful palette. I haven't tried Anastasia Beverly Hills' other glow kits before. This is like my first and only. And I really like this. I use this a lot in 2017 and I kind of like want to go back to it. I haven't used it in a while, but it's an amazing palette. This next highlighter is probably one of my favorite highlighters, at least from the drugstore if I'm gonna categorize it like that. This is the Flower Beauty Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette. I think it's absolutely beautiful. The brush just fell. Okay, whatever. So these are the colors inside. They are very blinding, very pearlescent. I generally mix all three of them together because they are just so bright. Let me swatch it on the back of my hand. So that is what they look like. It is so pretty, you guys. If I'm wearing just any highlighter, I almost always like pop that in the center for like an extra brightness. I will wear this on top of almost every highlighter. And I've been doing that a lot lately and I really like it. It gives a dimension to your highlighter. But it's amazing. Honestly, 100% would recommend this palette. The only thing is, it comes in like one shade and I feel like this might be really pearlescent for a lot of people who are a little bit darker than me. I just highly recommend this palette. It is amazing. The formula is so buttery and smooth. I don't know, there's just, I'm obsessed with this thing. Speaking of drugstore highlighters, the Maybelline Master Chrome Highlighter in Molten Gold. They recently came out with more colors, but this is definitely the 2017 shade. Everyone's talk about this. This is a beautiful golden color. Let's swatch it on the back of my hand. Look at that. So pretty. I'm so impressed with some of these drugstore highlighters that are coming out. This highlighter I would put on my cheek and then I would 100% go over with the Flower Beauty because it does have like a more golden, it's a little bit darker, so I kind of brighten it with the Flower Beauty one. Those in combination are amazing, but that's another highlighter I've been really loving. Now we're getting into some more high-end highlighters, and the first one is pretty much every Ofra highlighter. I'm always impressed. I love them all. They are so buttery, so pigmented, so intense, so blinding. I don't know what else to say, but they're amazing. I picked one up just to share with you guys. This is nothing specific, like this is my favorite. I love them all. This is Glow Goals. This was part of the Nikki Tutorials collection. I'll swatch this on the back of, oh my god, so beautiful. Look how pretty that is. These are just amazing and I just love them a lot. Ofra, you do highlighters very well. Next up, I have two highlighters from Grande Cosmetics. These two shades are like my favorite ones. The first one is called Citrine and it's a beautiful champagne color. The texture of these are so different. They're very silky and smooth and they're very blinding. So I will swatch Citrine right here. How gorgeous that is. It just goes on like butter, honestly. It's just so pretty. And the other one is the Jouer Skinny Dip highlighter, and I used this so much when it came out. Like I used this for like at least 2 months straight. I couldn't put this down. It's amazing. I'm wearing it on my cheeks right now. I will swatch it right above Citrine. So this one right up here is Skinny Dip. They're just beautiful. I love them so much. It's getting really dark outside, so please excuse the lighting change in here. I hate it when that happens. I just like lose all my natural lighting. But I have saved one last highlighter to talk to you guys about, and I'm so excited about this one. It definitely has to be my end of 2017 current favorite. Oh my god, I'm so glad they came out with this. 100% would recommend to you guys to buy. This is the Hourglass Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette. I freaking love this thing so much. I can't put it down. If I don't know what highlighter to wear that day, I will probably always reach for this. If I wear a different highlighter, I will probably still reach for this and pair it on top. Just like how I say I like to mix my highlighters. I'm just obsessed. Again, I mix all 3 shades together, but I will kind of like swatch them separately. This is almost kind of like a high-end version of the Flower Beauty one, which is actually really interesting. I've just realized. I will show you guys next to each other, but it gives you a beautiful, soft, wet look. There's absolutely no glitter or sparkle in them. It is just purely a very luminous powder, and it just makes you look gorgeous. I think I'm wearing that over the Skinny Dip one from Jouer today. I just think it's beautiful. I 100% recommend this. It's totally worth the money. It's definitely worth the splurge, and yeah. It's actually crazy to me that in this moment right now, I have just discovered that the Flower Beauty palette is pretty much a dupe for the Hourglass one. They are so similar, and now I know why I love it so much. These two are just really amazing palettes, and if you want to splurge and get the Hourglass, 100% recommend it. But if you're on like a budget, or you just want to even try it, the Flower Beauty is also really amazing. They just both give you like that really soft, wet look without any sparkle or glitter, and they're both freaking amazing. And wow, we found a dupe on my channel. May I browse your Instagram? Oh my god, where are these dad jokes coming from? Let's talk brow products. I love brows so freaking much. I have a few to share with you guys, but pretty much this is going to be spotlighting one product in specific because all of 2017, the most used, the standout product has 100% been the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I don't know anything I have used more than this in 2017, and it's freaking amazing. I use the shade 3, but I've also tried 4, which also works pretty well. But this thing has been my go-to, and I love it so much, so I definitely have to say this is my top of 2017. My second most favorite 2017 product definitely has to be the Eyeko Brow Gel Style and Define. I don't know what it is about this product, but I cannot stop using it. No matter what brow product I use, this always goes on top. It just transforms my eyebrows into something else. Like, I don't know what it is. It's freaking amazing. If I go really heavy-handed with a pencil or whatever it is, and I go over top with this, it makes it look better. It makes it look more natural. It brushes the hairs in the most perfect way. I just really don't know how to explain it, but this is freaking amazing, and I 100% I will be grabbing another one once I finish it because this is so good. My runner-up brow products I have been kind of using in 2017, like off and on if I'm not using the Goof Proof. The first one is the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer in Soft Brown. This is a new favorite, but I love this, and I'm like almost done with it because I use this a lot. It's really good. And then we have 2 pencils from Colourpop. This is like their original brow pencil in Dope Taupe, which this had to be my most favorite thing in the entire world. I do have to say I love this formula better, and I love this color, Dope Taupe. It's freaking amazing. But their new ones are not bad. It's just a little bit less pigmented, but if you feel like you go too heavy with brow products usually, or you want something more natural, these pencils are amazing. And I use the shade Dark Brown, and there's another one I use as well. I use 2 different colors, so these are really good too. And then we have one from Grande Cosmetics. This is the Brow Divine in Neptune or Mercury. I use both of those shades as well. This is an amazing pencil. So those are just my runner-ups, but I think for 2017, these 2 are my winner chicken dinner. I hate that saying. If I'm gonna rock a winged eyeliner, there are 2 products that I'm going to most likely be reaching for, and this first one is kind of like more of like a newer product that I've been really into, but I already love it a lot. This is by M Cosmetics. It's the Illustrative Eyeliner Brush Tip. I love this so much. Instead of a felt tip, it's kind of like a lot of fine little brushes that make a point. These are very easy to use. They bend, they glide. I just really love these a lot. So that's the first one. The second one is my most favorite, most used. I've used and abused this. I don't know how there is still product inside of this. It has lasted me so long. This is the LA Splash Architect Slim Eyeliner, and this also has a brush tip to it. It's kind of frayed a little bit more now because I have used this so much, but I love this. I will 100% be buying a new one because I think it's dwindling down to me getting a new, like needing a new one. I've been talking for hours. Mascara. I probably won't be surprising a lot of people out there who already know what Jess's favorite mascara in the entire world is, and that is the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. I think this is probably my 2016 favorites too, but I don't care because I still use it, love it. This is like my 7th bottle, I don't even know, but it's amazing. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. It's beautiful. It makes your lashes really long, fluffy, volume, doesn't get clumpy, it's not gross. It's just amazing and I love it so much. But I also have a second favorite, and this is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara. I really like this one too. I think it doesn't come close to my Stila, but it's something I reach for. If I'm not using Stila, I'm using this one. It's amazing. I love the brush. I love the formula. It's what I'm wearing on my lashes right now. I just think it's a really beautiful mascara. I know it's like royal bougie, but I don't know. I really like it. So these are my top picks for 2017 mascaras. I have to say my favorite product of 2017 has to definitely be the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Shadows. This is just such a cool product. I'm obsessed with it. Like ever since I discovered like one color, I believe it was Rose Gold Retro, I have just been collecting them, and recently Stila sent me their new Shimmer and Glow, which are just the shadow versions, like metallic, not glittery. I'm blown away. Like I was like slowly collecting them because they're not cheap. They are like 24 bucks, I think. They're not cheap, but I highly recommend them because they're so beautiful. Like I can't get over them. I wear them all the freaking time. I'm the kind of person who always loves like a little shimmer, a little glitter on my lid, and these are so easy to use. You don't have to fuss with loose glitter. You just pop it on, it dries down, and it doesn't move. And honestly, I'm just like really glad I discovered these. And no, I don't think I discovered it through a beauty influencer. I think I actually just stumbled upon it myself and I was hooked ever since. So yeah, really excited about these. We're in the category of eyeshadows, and I really had to think about this one because there are a lot of eyeshadow palettes and eyeshadows that I use and have in my collection. You guys would be shocked to see the amount of palettes I have. But I really had to bring this down to what I reach for the most. There's a lot of palettes I really love that launched in 2017, like Urban Decay palettes, Too Faced palettes, whatever it might be, Tarte palettes, all those really, you know, cool launches that came out. I love them. They're great. I use them a lot. But if I really think about the palettes I use every single day off camera, these are the ones that I use. So that's what we're gonna go based off of. So first up is the Minimalist Eyeshadow Palette from Elcie Cosmetics. I use this so much, especially off camera. I just think it has the most perfect shades for day, for night, any looks that I particularly want to create. If you guys don't know, I generally go with really soft, brown, smoky, simple eyes. I don't wear liner or lashes every day. I'm pretty simple when it comes to the eyes. So this pretty much gives me everything I would need to create my perfect eye, and I love it. It performs well, the pigmentation, the colors, just everything. I just really love this palette a lot, so I definitely had to shout that out. This next palette is from Persona Cosmetics. It's called the Identity palette, and again, this is just something I reach for a lot off camera because I just can create my daily looks with this like perfectly. It has your mattes, it has your shimmers, your metallics. It's perfect. I love the shades in here, the formula, they blend out beautifully, and it's just something I really, really love. I can't lie when I say I use the heck out of this, so I think it also comes down to me loving smaller palettes that are just really easy to travel with, to use. Big palettes like Morphe palettes, like the Jaclyn palette. A lot of people probably expect me to mention it in this video, but it's actually not my 2017 favorite, only because I've used it a handful of times. I love that palette. I think it's beautiful. It has a lot of different colors in it, but I just don't reach for it as much because I think it's a big palette and it gets lost underneath things, and pulling out a big palette constantly in my drawers, it's like really hard for me, so I always go towards smaller neutral palettes that are just very easy. I know that's like a personal thing, but these are definitely palettes I would highly recommend. Moving on, it's very new, it's very recent, but I really, really like it a lot, and these are the Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pots. I have the shade Park Avenue Princess. Whoa, like these are so freaking cool. I love anything you can just take your finger, pop on your lid, throw some mascara, and you have an eye look. I just really love easy things like that. Do you see that? These are absolutely gorgeous. Oh wow, like wow. this is a wow situation. So I definitely had to mention these because I do want to grab some more shades. I think that's like amazing. And lastly, for my favorite eyeshadow palettes, this is just kind of like an overall thing. I'm not gonna like pinpoint just like one specific thing, but Colourpop eyeshadow palettes are like my favorite thing in the entire world. I have a whole collection of them and I use these a lot. If I'm not using those two palettes, I'm generally always using Colourpop eyeshadow palettes. I have so many that have so many different variety of colors, any color you would think to use. And again, they are very small, easy for me to reach for and use, and I just really like it. Right now, my current obsession is the Kathleen Lights Dream Street palette. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. Definitely my 2017 favorite. And yeah, I don't have a specific favorite because I love all of them so much, and I have a lot. So to go through them is gonna be really long. But yeah, and also I do want to say I love Super Shock shadows from Colourpop. There's so many I love. There's not one specific color that I'm obsessed with to share with you guys, but just an overall, I'm obsessed with Super Shock shadows. They're amazing. I still use them all the time, and I will never get bored of them. They're just like the best thing in the world. So yeah, I think that's it for my eyeshadows. Wow, I did it. We are at the last category, which is lips. I have to say this was even harder than the highlighters. The amount of lipsticks I have in my collection, the amount of lipsticks I own is concerning. It's overwhelming. It's a lot. It's too much. And picking out lipsticks in 365 days that I really liked and that are my favorite, whew, it's a lot for me. It's a lot for me. So pretty much I just closed my eyes and tried to think of the lipsticks that I found myself reaching for the most, that I can remember in 2017, like the shades that, you know, I would find in my purse the most. So that's just kind of how I did it. So this is very like unofficial lip favorites. There's a lot of favorites I have, so take this with a grain of salt as well. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. I'm not gonna like linger on each one too long, but just looking at them, you guys are gonna notice something, but it's really funny to me. So the first one is by Smashbox Cosmetics. I love the formula of their liquid lipsticks. The shade Stepping Out is definitely my go-to shade of 2017, the most worn of this brand even that I've worn, and I just love it so much. It's definitely a Just shade. I've had this for so long and I've used the heck out of it. That's really dried up and gross inside. I need to like replace it. Ugh. But this is what the color looks like, just perfect for every day. I'm gonna say that a lot. These are all like everyday shades, like just pop on every day. Next up we have the MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lipstick, and this is in the shade Burnt Spice, another color I wear all the freaking time. And it's funny because I wear this color and I get a lot of people asking me what's on my lips. And it's like always when it's this color, I don't know. It's a really beautiful shade. Both of these applicators have a pointy tip, which I appreciate. This one right here is the MAC Burnt Spice. Definitely one of my favorite colors, and the formula is amazing as well. I have a Galactic liquid lipstick in the shade Posh. This has always been one of my favorite shades. It's absolutely beautiful. I will swatch that right here. It's a little bit more warmer than the other two. That is Posh right there. It's such a pretty shade, and it looks really good on me. I just had to say. Jouer liquid lipsticks are also really amazing. I have a lot of favorites. This one is in the shade Winter Rose. I don't know if they have this shade. It was part of a holiday collection, but I wore this a lot as well. It's a very soft pinky mauve color. I will show you guys. This right here is Winter Rose. Again, love this. I would wear that a lot as well. So these four are so far, like, I wear these a lot. This next one is a Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip, and it came out in their holiday collection, so it's kind of like a newer favorite, but I love the color. The shade is so pretty. It's called Lil Pump. I think that's the guy who sings the Gucci Gang song, which I'm not a fan. But anyways, this is what it looks like. I will swatch it right here. It's so pretty. I don't know, I really like it. And a lot of the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lips, like, they are pretty drying. They're more drying than a lot of other liquid lipsticks, but for some odd reason, the formula of this one is really nice and it doesn't bother me at all, so I like that. I'm also a huge fan of the Colourpop Satin Lips, and there's one, I can't find it for the life of me, but it was the Colourpop and I Love Sarahi collection 951. It was an ultra satin lip, amazing. I love that color, I just cannot locate it at the moment. And this does not mean that those are my like only favorite colors from Colourpop. I have like a lot, but this is just like a little example, a little summary. I also remember really liking the Colourpop Ultra Blotted Lips, and this is the shade Zuma. These were perfect for like everyday, very moussey, sheer, buildable, kind of makes it look like your lips but better. So that's the shade Zuma right there. They're very comfortable. They kind of dry down to like almost like a powder-like finish, which I really enjoyed. So it was really nice to keep in your purse, like if you don't have anything on but you want a little color, a little bit sprucing, these were always really good. We have lip liners from Grande Cosmetics. I love these. You put them on and they don't go anywhere. Every time I wear this with a lipstick, the lipstick is gone and I just have like an outline of lip liner and it's like really, really funny. But these don't go anywhere, and I talked about in my last favorite, like my current favorites video, all the shades that I like. There was like four or five top colors, and they're like all the nude colors. This one in particular is Sienna. I will swatch it for you guys really quickly. They are retractable, which I really like. Super pigmented and creamy. That right there is Sienna. And lastly, this is a very, very new favorite. I've honestly had it for a couple days. This is the Fenty Gloss Bomb, and this is the mini version. I ordered like a little set with this and a highlighter from Sephora because honestly, I didn't want to like buy the gloss because I was like, okay, it's a gloss. Do I really need it? Is it worth it? So I kind of like wasn't on the Gloss Bomb Fenty train for a really long time until recently. I put it on and I can't take it off. It's what I'm wearing on my lips right now. I wore this all day yesterday. Like, I can't get enough, and I probably will for sure buy the full-size version. It's just so comfortable. It looks beautiful on the lips, makes them look nice and juicy. It doesn't get gross and crusty when you're talking a lot. I've been talking for hours and there's no crustiness in my lips. So this is, I will swatch it for you guys. It's so funny because the wand is like freaking huge on this, and I know it's like that on the full size. The fact that the mini is like that too. So that's the Gloss Bomb right there. That is a short little summary of lipsticks I have been enjoying in the month of 2017. In the year of 2017. What the heck? Have I been saying month? Why do I feel like I've been saying the month of 2000? Oh my god. I'm so sorry if I have. And the funny thing was, like, they're kind of just like similar tones. You can just tell generally what kind of lip I go towards. These are Jess shades. Welcome to my channel. This is me on my hand. I just like these so much, and they're the same, but they're different, okay? They're different. Let me know in the comments down below some of your 2017 favorites. It doesn't have to be beauty related. You can tell me your favorite food, movie, TV show, vacation you went on. Just let me know because I want to read them. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. This was crazy. Again, happy new year. I hope this year brings a lot of success, happiness, goals, dreams to you guys. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Messy Jessie Beauty. Let's chat on there. I really like Twitter. I don't know, I'm trying to get like into Twitter more. I do really like it. It's a fun way to communicate with you guys. And then Snapchat, of course, Jessie Jet. Follow me in my daily life and the weird things I do and all the coffee I drink. And Instagram, Makeup by Jessie. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Let's make this year great. There's gonna be a lot of changes and I'm really looking forward to them. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.